What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. Hopefully this is the last time I have to address this JJ Redick, Larry Bird nonsense. And I don't know where all these JJ Redick extreme fanboys have even came from. I'm like, this is JJ Redick. He's a bona fide role player at his best. And like, he's not even one of those role players that really carved out this strange fandom between a bunch of fans where they love making memes and love showing their highlights, such as a Brian Scalabrine, aka the White Mamba, Andrew Dellavedova, and Alex Caruso. You know, they have this weird social media buzz going on, and they get the ultimate love from fans, and it's quite funny. But he's not even one of those role players. He's a bona fide role player, and he had a few seasons where he was around 15, 16, 17, 18 points per game. But I don't understand. So I've been getting a lot of feedback, not just here on Boo TV, but other channels that I watch. And people keep arguing with me. JJ Redick is a much better three-point shooter than Larry Bird ever was. Just check the numbers, check the stats, check the numbers, check the stats, check the numbers. Math, it's just math, it's just math. Analytics. Listen, I can give a damn about your analytics and the raw numbers at face value. I like to dissect everything as much as possible and put things into their perspective, into their context. So there is no basic ass stat or even advanced analytic that you can show me that is going to convince me that JJ Redick is a better three-point shooter than Larry Bird. And for the very reason I look at three-pointers attempted and what era of the league each of these players were in. And that puts a lot of things into context. Listen here, man. I ain't going to be going back and forth with these JJ Redick people forever. I can't. Larry Bird played in an era where the three-point shot was not emphasized. Everything was inside or inside out. Mostly mid-range, okay? Larry Bird attempted just under 2 3-point attempts per game and connected on 0.7. It was not emphasized, but everybody knows that JJ Redick was one of the baddest mofos from three-point land, if not the baddest mofo from three-point land during that time. JJ Redick attempts 5 on his career, 5 three-point attempts per game and connected on just over 2. He is getting up over twice as much three-point attempts as Larry Bird. So quite naturally, he's going to have more three-pointers made, and quite naturally, his three-point percentage will be better because he is getting more shots up. He can develop a rhythm. Okay, Larry Bird, like I said, shot two attempts per game, just under 2 attempts, right? So there are plenty of games where Larry Bird shot 1 3-pointer a game. Whether he made it, whether he missed it, that was it. And if he misses it, that hurts his overall percentage. He's not getting any more three-point attempts up. Whereas JJ Redick could take his first three-pointer and miss it, and he's not done for the night. He's still jacking up more three-pointers. And more than likely, being a three-point shooter, all he needs to do is see one go down, build a rhythm, and now the shots start falling. Larry did not have that luxury on an everyday basis because the league was different. So quite naturally, his percentage should be better, being that you're getting more attempts to build on and develop a rhythm and catch fire and get hot. I want to see how many times JJ Redick missed his first three-point attempt. Because I can bet you it's happened a lot. I bet you he doesn't make his first one all the time, or even his first two all the time. I'm sure there's been plenty of games where he missed maybe his first two, but he jacked up 3, 4 more, and they probably went in. Larry didn't have that luxury. Larry Bird was a three-point specialist in a league that did not prioritize it. And with that being said, he wasn't practicing the three ball as much. He wasn't. He wasn't in there just shooting threes all day in the gym as his main priority because the league wasn't like that. And not only that, being a three-point shooter wasn't Larry Bird's sole responsibility. Larry Bird was a superstar on the team, the best player on the team, the leader on the team, and he had a lot more duties and responsibilities that he had to carry out on a game-to-game basis. JJ Redick was a role player. He was not a superstar. He was not tasked with carrying a team, playmaking, and doing all kinds of other things. JJ Redick was a role player where his only job was to get open and shoot the three. That was his only job. That was his main job. Get open, run around the court, run around a bunch of screens, get open, and be ready to catch and shoot. And if you're not running around screens, we're going to run a play, and we need you to stand in this corner and wait for the ball to come to you with your hands ready. And if we get it to you and you're open, shoot the shot. With that being said, that is pretty much all JJ Redick practiced was his three-point shot. That was his only responsibility. He could hone in on it. And with that being said, Larry's three-point percentage still ain't that far behind JJ Redick's overall three-point percentage, which is in the low 40s. As much as he practiced the shot, and that was his only job. You got one job to do, JJ Redick. You got one job to do. It was his only specialty. If you really think that you couldn't drop Larry Bird in the NBA today, or even the years that JJ Redick played, from the year he was drafted, and you give Larry Bird those same opportunities, you cannot possibly think that JJ Redick would still be, that JJ Redick would be a better three-point shooter than Larry Bird, even based on face value statistics, if you drop Larry in today's NBA. You cannot possibly think that. And like I said, you look at JJ Redick's attempts, like I said, running off screen. He wasn't really doing it in isolation. Now, Larry Bird didn't run through a bunch of screens around the court like a JJ Redick did and Steph Curry did to that extent. No, that wasn't really how Larry got his threes. Yeah, he did occasionally get them from passes, drop it in the post, bring it back out. He's hanging out at the three-point line, or walking into him, or defensive lapses. Yeah, sure, that happened. Larry did get some open three-point shots. But at the same time, Larry was also scoring in isolation. Give me the ball in my hand, and I'm going to create a shot. Clear out. He was also scoring like that, connecting on threes like that, in a way that JJ Redick could only dream of. All right? It's me, the defender in front of me, and the basket. And I got to completely create this shot unassisted. I've seen Larry do that. Running into him, walking into him, fading back on him, post fade away from three-point land, off one leg in isolation, leaning forward, leaning back in isolation, and still connecting. Extremely difficult three-point shots Larry would take also, with the game on the line, with the weight of the shoulders on his world, but they have no fear in them and would connect on them. And don't even let me get into the three-point contest. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, while Larry played in a league that did not emphasize the three ball, and he did not practice it as much for that reason. And this man can win three 3-point shooting contests in a row. 3 in a row. Where he didn't even practice them to the extent that players practice it today. And shoot lights out in those 3-point contests. And talk shit before. And do it with his warm-up jacket on. JJ Redick was in a 3-point contest too. I don't know how many, but he was in at least one. And I remember he was stepping over the line a lot. He was stepping over the line a lot. Got points deducted as well. And I didn't even get into the fact that Larry Bird has a completely jacked up finger on his shooting hand. Larry be the first one to tell you, as I've learned. My 3-point shot, or my shooting in general, could have been even better had my finger not literally broken 4 different pieces and had to get pinned and stitched and cabled and rotted together. Yeah, if you haven't seen his finger, go look at his finger. Shit's like... And he was still bombing on people. There is no analytic, there's nothing you can tell me, bro. Every 3-point shot isn't created the same. Once you start putting things into context, every 3-point shot is not created the same. You're gonna have players these days that aren't even really specialists like that, but they're gonna have higher 3-point counting numbers just because everybody shoots the 3 ball now. There's going to be a lot of people that have more overall 3-pointers made than Larry Bird because the league has changed. And a lot of these guys shooting 3s these days ain't even 3-point shooters. But they take so many goddamn 3s that they're going to eventually connect on a couple. Golly, Jason Kidd has more 3-point shots made than Larry Bird. Tell me Jason Kidd is a better 3-point shooter than Larry Bird. Tell me that. With all your heart. Tell me that. Come on, tell me that. This is blasphemy, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let Larry Bird get up 5 to 6 3-point shots a game and practice a 3-point shot on a regular basis. Please. Please. And have the spacing and the tempo that you guys have to do. Please. Please. Please, please, please. God, I wish I had some type of time machine or to go back in time, land in Larry Bird's living room while he's drinking a beer, grab his hand and say, Larry, you're coming with me. We got to prove a point. Throw his ass on my goddamn time machine, go back to the goddamn future, go into the Boston Celtics organization. Now, screw that. You about to be a Laker, bro. I'm gonna go over to Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and say, this guy LeBron James, get him the fuck out of here. We got Larry Bird. Hey, show him what you can do in this league. Golly. These people that will sit here and argue that JJ Redick is a far superb 3-point shooter over Larry Bird are probably the same people that will argue with me that LeBron James is a better jump shooter than Kobe Bryant because LeBron James' overall field goal percentage is better. Do you watch basketball? Seriously. Do you watch basketball? Let's peel these numbers back. Let's crack this open. Show me how many shots that break down LeBron James' percentages. I want to see his percentages close to the rims, layups, dunks, getting himself inside, low post area, versus LeBron James in the mid-range and the perimeter. And then show me Kobe Bryant. And tell me that LeBron James is a better jump shooter. And you know what? I have a video where you can check for yourself. Go check it out. Go check it out if you want to know who is the better shooter. Yes, I know LeBron has a better overall field goal percentage, but he is extremely efficient and dangerous in the paint. But outside of that, LeBron James is close to lousy on jump shots. And I've watched both of these players play their entire career, and I didn't need to go to the stat to prove it because I watch with my own eyes. But for the people that like these analytics so much, I'll throw more analytics that provide context to your analytic. Go check the video. Go look at the shot chart. Go look at the shot chart for LeBron James on jump shots and see where he thrives. Put things into their perspective, please. Please. Blows my mind, man. I'm sorry. Not a better three-point shooter than Larry Bird. Hell no. I will die on that sword. I will die on that sword, baby. Hell no. Could only imagine what Larry would do from three-point land in this era. People don't realize that. It's like, JJ Redick was a role player, man. That's all he did. That was his only job. His only job. And when you at practice, we only want you to shoot. If you JJ Redick, the coach probably like, JJ Redick, if you ain't shooting that goddamn three ball in practice, what the hell are you doing, boy? Get the hell off the team. That's the only thing I want you doing. Shooting threes. Catch, shoot. Running from side to side. Catch, shoot. Running around screens. Catch, shoot. Hands ready. Catch, shoot. That's you. You got one job to do, buddy. You better shoot 40 goddamn percent on at least 5 attempts. You better. Nuts, bro. Nuts. Yeah, boy. We live in this age now where there's so much emphasis on analytics and stats, and people don't realize that this only tells part of the story. Now, if you want to dig deeper and provide stats that put things into context, sure, or actually go, watch and tell me what your eyes see and take into context the type of NBA it is. Let's talk. But you can't come to an argument with me and ignore all of that other stuff and just show me some basic ass stat that doesn't tell the whole story. You can't. I'm sorry. I've watched too much basketball. You can't. You can't. And that's me watching JJ Redick play and only seeing some games with Larry Bird and a bunch of highlights. And just from what I've seen from Larry Bird, I've been able to gather that JJ Redick can't shoot with Bird, man. Can't. Hell no, bro. I didn't even need to watch Larry's whole career to figure that out. No, sir. Didn't even need to. I should tell you everything you need to know. I saw enough. So JJ Redick fanboys, I'm sure you guys hate me if you find this video. Drop your comment and let me know how stupid I am and how much basketball I don't know. And pick apart my argument. Let me know in the comment section. And don't send it private. Don't hide it. Let everybody see. I don't care. And y'all can hit the dislike button too, JJ Redick fans. I never thought this would be a thing. JJ Redick fans. Sheesh. What is the world coming to? Oh my God. JJ Redick, man. Ugh. Hell no. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully it's the last time I address this. We out, baby.